Hello and welcome back to Eurovision lovers to Eurovision 365 exclamation mark with me, Podrick, and I am joined by one of the Eurovision Ireland hopefuls at the Eurosong Late Late Show Eurovision special, which is going to happen on February the 4th. And I'm delighted to welcome and introduce Janet Grogan. Hello.
Woo, hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for joining me. How are you getting on?
Oh, great. I'm in great form. Buzzing. Can't wait for the 4th of February now.
When did you find out that you were selected as part of the six finalists?
It was very shortly before Christmas, so a really nice Christmas present.
Wow.
But not much time to prepare then either.
No. And I suppose you probably had to keep that so secret.
So secret, like super tight-lipped. I was dying to tell anybody who would listen to me, but I just couldn't. I have a secret. And obviously you know that like 5 other people also have the secret, so you're like, who's the other people? Do I know them?
Yeah.
And I turned out to know 2 of them really well, so that's gas.
That's gas, of course. Because you're no stranger to Eurovision, are you, John?
Yeah, no, not at all. So I went in 2016 with Nikki, and I went then again in 2018 with Ryan O'Shaughnessy, and absolute honour of my life, like just the best time. Nikki was Stockholm and Ryan was Lisbon, and both completely different cities, and completely different experiences as well, but just amazing.
So you've been to Eurovision, as you say, twice now. I actually myself was at Stockholm for that Eurovision, and that was there for the full week. I was actually met Nicky at the red carpet event, and you must have been with him at that point as well when he was going up the red carpet.
We have to walk the red carpet, which was great because it was a mile long. So we just got to go straight to the party, and Nicky did all the party stuff.
How did the song find Janet, or did Janet find the song? Tell us a bit about that.
A bit of both. So actually, you mentioned Stockholm. So one of the writers of the song, Aidan O'Connor, I actually met him at that exact opening party that you're talking about with the red carpet.
Wow, okay.
That was a great opening party. It was in the room where they give out the Nobel Prizes. It was like made of gold.
Yeah,
so awesome. Extravagant. And all the 6 Swedish Eurovision winners performed, including 1/4 of ABBA, which was cool. And I met Aidan there, and he was like, oh, I'm Irish, but I wrote a song for another country that was performing. I think it was Latvia. I'm not entirely sure. I should get my facts straight. Sorry, Aidan.
Okay.
But I met Aidan there, and we just stayed in touch since. And we always kind of talked about, maybe doing something for Eurovision together. And then I did Last Singer Standing on RTE. And Aidan was like, I have a few songs, do you want to listen, and we can submit one for Eurovision. And Ashes of Yesterday was one of those songs, and it just spoke to me, and I said, give me that song, I want that song, let's do it. And that's pretty much it. The rest is history.
Yeah. What was the reason it spoke to you?
I just, you know what, I'm a songwriter as well, so when it comes to singing someone else's song, it would have to speak to me. Because I never imagined that I would sing someone else's song unless it's like a cover gig or I'm doing backing vocals. So it was just the message. And I just thought the message of Ashes of Yesterday was great to, rebuild after all that disappointment. And it's not just about, not letting other people, their doubts get to you, but it's also your self-doubt. You have to just get back up and just keep going. And it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. And when it comes to the music industry, there's a lot of knockbacks. It's probably more knockbacks than it is like successes. So, you kind of have to have that mindset, and it just spoke to me in a big way. And I actually write sad songs. When I do write, I tend to go on the Adele spectrum of things.
Okay.
So I was like, this really positive song is speaking to me. I just see it as a sign to just go for it. And so I did. And here I am.
And here you are. And it's great but you are here. As I reacted to the song, as I think he saw, and
You did, I watched it.
And as I said on the reaction, it spoke to me. It's very anthemic, and it's very empowering was the word I used to describe it. So it's just, as you say, it's about get yourself back up, dust yourself off basically, and yeah, you can do it type thing.
And it's so funny because John, one of the other songwriters, sent your reaction video to me, and he's like, watch this. And when I watched it, I wrote back to the guy. We have a group chat, and I wrote back to the guys, and I was like, that was my exact reaction. Like, your reaction to the song mirrored my reaction to the song. The only difference was I was on a stepper in the gym when I was listening to it. Like that, I was so pumped on the stepper. I was like, let's go. And it's the only thing I listen to. I just listen to it over and over and over again. It just really gets me going as well. But I can't say, your reaction was exactly my reaction, to be honest.
What feedback are you getting to the song?
The feedback has been really, really good. I think people are really interested to see what the live version of it will be like. I do have a very recordable voice, but I think when it's live, it's that little bit more powerful as well. So I think people are interested to hear what it'll be like live.
Well, me too. I know you were at RTE today. I think all of the contestants at RTE.
We were doing a little something. I'm not actually sure if I'm allowed to talk about
That's
it.
Right. It's okay.
We were doing something.
Doing something. Yeah. It's very different to speak to someone who hasn't been selected as yet. Describe it to me. Well, it's the feeling now, because you'd be doing rehearsals, and is it must be all go, is it? Or what's it like?
Yeah, it's super intense, but I have to say, being at Eurovision in and of itself is a really intense process. People don't realise it's 2 weeks of, you would know because you were there, but it's really 2 weeks of intense rehearsals. Everything's a dress rehearsal, and it's the biggest show in the world. So you have to be rehearsing. So yeah, it is intense. There is a lot of moments of, nervous energy. I'd call it more excitement because I'm just absolutely buzzing. I'm such a big Eurovision fan. So yeah, it's intense, but in a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
It's great to have something on after 2 years of not being able to gig.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I was going to ask you. So you say you are a fan. So what's your earliest or fondest memory of the contest? Other than obviously your both times being there.
Well, obviously they're the absolute honour of my life. But my moment, I won't say what age I am. If you can Google it, you can definitely Google my age. Please don't. But my earliest memory is 1993. Niamh Kavanagh, Just Singing in Your Eyes. And I was young, but I wasn't too young to say I want to be a singer because I was watching her. And I just always felt in the back of my mind somewhere that I would have something to do with Eurovision. My mom's such a big Eurovision fan. I think she was 18 or 19. She was in a nightclub with her radio because that was the compromise. Her friends were like, no, you have to come out. And she was like, okay, let me watch Eurovision first and then we'll go. But then she was like, no, I can't miss the results. So I'm going to bring my radio, a wireless radio to the nightclub so that she could hear the results. I don't know what year that was. I'm not sure what year it was, but that's the kind of household you grew up in. Eurovision was always an event. I was alive for the 3 in a row. So I was alive for the glory days. So I do have to say that watching Niamh Kavanagh win Eurovision that year was probably the birth of me wanting to be a singer, to be honest.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. And wouldn't it be fantastic if you were there to then go on and represent the nation after watching her, wouldn't it?
Just die. I would love it. Not literally die, but
No, don't be doing that.
No.
You do know people are going to be Googling now. What age is John Grogan? You do know you set that up.
But I was alive in '93 anyway, so that's a good indication.
Because 93 is a contest. I was kind of starting to get into it as well. And '94 was the first time I watched it from start to finish, really. But yeah, of course, that the Niamh Kavanagh won, and I think the excitement of the voting as well, that was I spoke to her, as I was telling you, I spoke to her as well, and it's just the madness of all that. So it's been a while since Ireland have had a national final. 2015 was the last time Ireland have had a national final, and our luck hasn't been great this last while, to say the least. So is there any pressure on you and everyone else to bring us out of the semi-final and give us a fantastic result in Eurovision, or do we not feel that or think that?
No, there's definitely pressure. Yeah, definitely. And I think it's coming from a good place though. You know, everybody's so patriotic and they want to qualify, and they, like, I mean, when Ryan O'Shaughnessy qualified in 2018, we were like hooligans on the stage. Like, you'd swear we had won the whole contest. But it just means, you know, our history with Eurovision is just so rich. And, you know, we are the most successful ever. You just want to, this is how I feel. I can't speak for other people, but I think it is pressure, but it's more pressure coming from yourself because you want to make your nation proud. That's all it's about. It's never coming from a bad place, I don't think. We need to make it there first, and then we can talk about that.
Absolutely. So 4th of February is not too far away from us now. What's your thoughts about doing the Late Late Show? What are you feeling about that right now? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
Yeah, I have a lot of nervous energy, but I think that's good because that can be harnessed. I never actually imagined that I would get to do the Late Late, so that's a nice big tick off my bucket list there now, so that's great. And just gonna go and enjoy it and sing like my life depends on it, and hope for the best. I love Ashes. The song picked me. I didn't pick the song, you know. It just spoke to me, and I'm so grateful to be among the other 5. Like, I think it's such a huge honour to even make it to Eurosong, so I'm going to do my best. That's my plan. I'm not going to tell you about staging or anything like that. Keep it tight-lipped.
Well, we haven't on to it. But I just thought it was a bit of fun if we could do this, just to sort of maybe finish up with, if that's right. Do you know the way when it comes to the points and the scores coming in, and the camera is right up at the faces of the people? So I'm going to give you scenarios. I want you to try and go like your reaction. Okay, just for a bit of crack, bit of fun. Okay, let's have a bit of lightheartedness. So let's pretend that the votes are coming in, right, and you are 40 points ahead of your nearest competitor. When the camera's on you, what's your reaction? 40 points ahead.
Right.
Okay. Now you are 20 points behind.
I won't curse. I did that already in 2018.
And finally, and the winner of Eurosong is Janet Grogan.
I would cry my eyes out.
Was there anything you want to say to anyone who's watching, who might be voting in the Eurosong competition? Anything you want to say to anyone out there?
Yeah, I want to say, vote for the song that you think is the best song. But vote for me. And then forget that, and then just vote for me.
Oh, do you know what, John? I just want to say thank you ever so much for joining me. And
thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's been class. And again, I want to wish you and everyone the very best of luck at Eurosong 2022. And if you win, of course, we'll chat on the other side of that as well.
Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, and I'm going to Torino as well, so you never know, we'll probably bump into each other too. My goodness, you'd be like, this project boy is never away.
We'll have an old drink.
Bit of crack.
That's it.
John, thank you so much, and the best of luck.
Thanks a million. Take care.